Remember Sedona Prince? She courageously spoke out when many feared the repercussions. Because of her video that she posted blasting the NCAA, it gained traction and was picked up by major outlets.
Joining me right now to discuss Sedona Price, a basketball player for the University of Oregon. Sedona, so good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, congratulations for using your voice and then, making some change happen right away. But I mean, really how appalling this is. So how did you get wind of what it looked like for the men versus what you were seeing with your very own eyes? Beyond even Steph Curry with the NBA, tweeted out, he's like, come on, you've got to be kidding me. You got former WNBA players, current WNBA players who have weighed in. I mean, did you expect to get this kind of response and that the NCAA would make a change?
Honestly, I had no idea that it would be at this level. I just made a TikTok and I put it on Twitter because I wanted it to get more exposure. And as soon as Steph Curry kind of quote tweeted, I was like, okay, this is gonna be pretty big. And then I didn't really know if there was going to be a change or not, but now that it has been, that I'm really happy, and all the rest of the girls here are very excited to use our new weight room.
Including an interview with CNN, just to name a few. In addition, she was part of the House v. NCAA lawsuit to help get money for athletes in college. The AP would go on to report the settlement was for $2.8 billion. She was popular and well-liked. That was until this broke.
Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStrom Show. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
This is TCU power forward Sedona Prince, but because of a 10-part story that her ex Olivia posted on TikTok, there is now a petition going around with over 100,000 signatures in less than a week to get her off of the TCU basketball team. This is her ex-girlfriend Olivia explaining the whole story. She talked about how Sedona was very reckless when driving ATVs, and she even pushed her off and left her stranded. She had to run after her with no phone.
Part one of who the did I take to Mexico, okay? So we wake up 3 a.m. for the plane ride. Already was scared because she is not good in the mornings, okay? Was always very angry. So I try not to step on her toes, try to stay out of her way until we got to the airport. We got on the plane, everything was fine, and then we sat next to each other, ordered a beer, and I accidentally spilled some of my beer on her leg. So what'd she do? Got up and went and sat on the opposite side of the aisle from me for the rest of the plane ride. And what'd I do? Looked outside the window and cried until I fell asleep. I told her we could do whatever she wanted to do because it was her birthday. And what she wanted to do was rent an ATV. So we went and got the ATV, we had it for the whole day, and then came nighttime. She looks at me and says, I want to go exploring. I said, okay. And so what did we do? We left our phones in the hotel room and started to drive the ATV in the dark in Mexico. We're going past the hotels, we're going past the shops, and I'm asking her, where is she planning to go right now? What is her goal? And she says she wants to go to the Arch. After the Arch, it's pitch black. At this point, I am begging her to turn it around and for us to do this in the daytime when we have our phones, because we left our phones to be more present in the moment. She's not answering me. She's just going and going faster. We're now past the Arch and it's pitch black and it's the scariest thing I've ever experienced. And I'm begging her, screaming, please stop the ATV. Please stop the ATV. And she stops it as hard as she can, shoves me to the ground, looks me dead in my eyes, and then takes off and leaves me in the pitch black. So what do? I get up and I start running for my life. I didn't know what else to do in that situation. I'm literally telling myself, you're gonna make it, Liv, you're gonna make it. All I can hear are the sounds of my footsteps on the fucking ground because you can't hear anything else. It's pitch black jungle, okay? For like 5 minutes, I am running for my life, and the thoughts that were running through my head, I can't even put into words. But I see her headlights. coming back. I see the headlights coming back, and as soon as she gets to me, she flips it on its side. And what do? I fucking still run over to her, and I'm like, baby, are you okay? Trying to make sure that she's okay. She shoves me, tells me to get the off of her, that it's my fault we're in this situation, that I held her back. So I'm like, all right, you just crashed off an ATV. Let me flip this over. It wouldn't start. So then I see a car coming down the street, and I wave him down, and it was a car filled with 10 guys in the back of the truck, okay? And thank God that they were good people. I asked them to tow us to our hotel that's a few miles away. They tie up our ATV, and she's steering it as we're now going 35 miles per hour behind the back of a truck in the middle of a jungle. She is swerving it, yelling at me, "We're broken up. I'm breaking up with you. This is your fault. You're holding me back." And I'm literally saying, okay, we're broken up. Okay, let's just talk about this when we get back. Please stop swerving. I black out. I fly like 7 feet off the freaking ATV. My entire left side of my body completely torn up. And I wake up and I see her already standing, and she's making them leave us. Leave. We've got to figure it out. Leave. Thank you for your help. And now they're driving away as I'm picking myself up, and we're now stranded once again in the middle of a jungle with no phones.
This is Liv, who explained how Sedona Prince allegedly left her in the jungle, then vindictively went to a tattoo parlor the next day, openly flirted with other women, and back at the villa was topless with one of the women while holding her in a pool, all in front of Liv.
What happened was I got blocked. All of the pictures got removed immediately, like I was the one who did something wrong. This is, quote unquote, what I was told by my ex. Have an amazing life, Olivia. Truly, I hope you find your soulmate. It's not me. Best wishes and have a great life. If you do not want any more troubles, then do not go to social media. If you do want to post about our breakup, I will sue you and your family, my baby, until you can no longer put food on y'all's table.
What?
And you know that's the truth.
But it wasn't just Liv who went public.
It wasn't anything like super vicious and intense. It was more so like she forced herself inside of me and decided because I wasn't reacting that it wasn't fun. So literally just threw me to the side and was like, ugh, slipped her fingers out. Unlocked the door and was like, whatever.
She would share this text message that was allegedly sent from Sedona to the uploader and ex, Lies Bean, on TikTok. And more allegations came about, this time via Faith Lynn. Another Redditor posted some info. And some who were, per their own words, hit on by Sedona at different bars, while she was also in a relationship with Liv. The Washington Post's Molly Hensley Clancy then wrote in a detailed piece the following, trigger warning. Prince has faced a string of abuse allegations, according to interviews and records obtained by the Post, including an allegation of SA, multiple DV claims, and a lawsuit alleging sexual misconduct. These allegations go back to the year 2019. The most recent was given to police just 1 month ago. Sedona's lawyers, said she denies any and all wrongdoing. In 2019, Alyssa Jimmy spoke with the Post. She said she was essayed by Prince when she, the basketball player, was starting her career at the University of Texas. They write that after the first date, Alyssa was locked in Prince's car, and the hooper put her fingers up Jimmy's privates without her consent. Quote, "I didn't take you out for nothing," Jimmy claims Sedona said to her in the car. A. Boone Almanza, Sedona's legal counsel, would tell the media, unfortunately, others have decided to use Sedona as a launch point for their careers. In an effort to create some relationship privacy, Sedona has asked girlfriends to sign NDAs because their personal, intimate moments should not be the subject of public discussion. Hensley Clancy would uncover that Sedona Prince was sued last year for sexual misconduct. The details were a woman who only goes by Jane Doe alleged after rebuffing Prince coming onto her, the TCU player grabbed her hand and forced it inside Prince. Prince did not file a response to the suit, and court records show Doe dismissed the case After several months, the Post would write. Clancy then continues, and she would touch on the live allegations that we played previously in this piece, and more stories from Prince's ex, who is a TCU student. They each reported DV to police. A detective would conclude there was insufficient evidence to charge either person. Currently, a petition on change.org has over 201,000 signatures demanding Sedona Prince be removed from the team. Meanwhile, the school released this statement. The university is aware of the allegations involving one of our student athletes and is looking into the matter. Game logs would show the 7th-year player is still competing for TCU. She is a projected first-round pick in the upcoming WNBA draft. She currently averages just shy of 18 points per game with 9 boards and 3 blocks. Jimmy would go on to say, quote, "It infuriates me that she's still allowed to be on the team, but also because people credit her for bringing awareness to women's sports and jumpstarting the conversation around equality when this is the type of person she is."
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.